My personality and who I am as a person has always been something that I'm kind of proud of. I'm the person I am today because of how I was raised by my parents and mostly through the experiences I've had throughout my life. I'm very unique and different, and I enjoy being my own individual. My name is Payton Kritzberger, and I am a senior at Hillsborough High School. Two things that I would say very much so describe me would have to be strong and extroverted. When I say strong, I don't mean that I can bench 200 pounds because by looking at me, that's obviously not the case. When I say strong, I mean that I'm strong by my mental standards or how I am emotionally. I didn't really know I was strong until about my freshman year. When I was in ninth grade, just actually a few days before I turned 15, I found out that my grandfather had passed away. My grandfather and I were very close, so this hit me really hard, and it was very hard for me to overcome. To make things a little bit worse on me, we were in the middle of our basketball season, and we were actually just going into our district tournament at Mayville State University, so it was a very critical time in our season. Long story short, I'm not sure how, but I somehow managed to get off my butt and go and play basketball for those 3 days, and my team actually managed to do very well. I managed to somehow get through the whole experience, and it actually helped me to become who I am today. One more experience that kind of made me more into a stronger person actually happened about a year ago. We had just finished a basketball game, and we had just gotten out of the showers, getting ready to get on the bus, and I started to have some very bad chest pains and had some very difficult times to breathe. It was very hard for me to breathe. I would be sitting on the bus somewhat wheezing, and my chest was very tight, and it was hard for me to breathe. We managed to get home, and I got sent into the ER where they had taken multiple x-rays and tests and found out that I'd had a primary spontaneous pneumothorax, which put into English means that I somehow had a very sudden collapsed lung, which basically my lungs sort of popped like a balloon. And so I got sent to Fargo, and I spent my very first night ever in a hospital. And the next morning, actually, I had a surgery to cut out the affected part of my right lung. It was very, very terrifying for me, considering it was my first time in the hospital, and I was having a major surgery on a very vital organ of mine. It was weird to think that just 48 hours earlier, I was perfectly healthy, no problems at all, just a regular 16-year-old girl. And now I'm sitting in the recovery room of a hospital having IVs and tubes in me after having a major surgery. Actually, my nurses did tell me that I actually handled the situation very well. I managed to stay calm throughout the whole almost week of my stay, and I made a full recovery and now have no problems whatsoever with my lungs and can continue on with life normally. So that really helped me become more of a stronger person. That particular experience also helped me to become more outgoing and very extroverted in a way. After my surgery, I kind of began to think that life is very short and not everything is guaranteed. So I started to try to strive to become this very outgoing and very fun and very grateful and thankful person for what I have today. And that's simply what I am now. I am very loud and very weird and very outgoing. I don't tend to care what people think of me or if I am embarrassing myself or if I'm looking weird when I'm doing something. I just strive to have fun and live life to the fullest. Now that you've gotten to know a bit more about me, you kind of can tell who Payton Kritzberger is as a person. My experiences have made me who I am, and those experiences helped me shape the way who I am today. Hopefully now, if you see me or if you are watching another one of my speeches, you now have a better idea of who you're talking to or who you're watching.